What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. On my channel, I talk a lot about entitlement, and I know this is something that guys could be tired of hearing. I mean, I know we have a lot of repetition in these spaces, red pill associated spaces. Women are entitled, right? Women are entitled. And that's what we can completely plainly see with a trained eye, right? But with the untrained eye, I want to talk about another level of entitlement that deals in something that's like a third party situation. And in the case of that, I want to use for an example, Michael Jordan. Now, Larsa Pippen, despite being a non-black lady, and I've understood this, and guys probably don't want to agree, but a lot of these non-black ladies who are allowed to move around with black athletes, they're not classified as, let's say, whores or 304s, like some of the ladies like Amber Rose, that some brothers might say are Brittany Renner. Larsa Pippen, we can associate her with doing those things, but for whatever reason, Larsa Pippen is just not in the same category as a Amber Rose or as a Brittany Renner, okay? And that might be because of how she presents herself, but the activities are the same, okay? But if you can think about Larsa Pippen, if you can think about Brittany Renner, and if you can think about somebody like Amber Rose, there is nobody, if you really want to be honest, and I'm just going to be real serious, no parent will want their child to deal with any of them. You just wouldn't, okay? It wouldn't make any sense. Why would you even want your kid dating somebody like her? And what is the reason that is like that? Because look at how Larsa Pippen moves. You were married, you had a scandal with Future, then you were with other, I believe like Malik Beasley, then, you know, how you look on air, you know, even though it's not as bad as those other people, it's clear to see why somebody doesn't want their kid to be with you. Because the way that parents look at it is, I've worked too hard and you bring me this. I don't care if she is Persian or whatever the case, you bring me this. So that is Michael Jordan's perspective on Larsa Pippen. Larsa Pippen is so delusional. She is almost traumatized and embarrassed by the fact that Michael Jordan said it about her, okay? Now, I want guys to understand how delusional people are, and it's based on entitlement, and that entitlement is even in the third party. Like, how dare your father not accept me when, and I'm gonna put it in plain words, you guys are blacks. I know you're gonna say I'm reaching with this, but how could he say that? You guys should accept anything. She wants to say that and can't. I'm embarrassed. Why are you embarrassed? Well, clearly I was married to your dad's best teammate. Clearly I was hanging out with your dad and his wife, and I was with your wife, and now he's with my son. Like, you know, that isn't weird. How are you traumatized by that? Any normal person would find that to be funny or odd, right? But now, when you're looking at how women are structured, not all of them, why don't you want to accept that? Like, I'm traumatized. And the reality is I'm going to be more specific when it comes to black men in particular. She would never try this with somebody in her own community. Never. She knows better to do that. White guys, never. Black guys, the reason why a lot of ladies like Larsa Pippen, and I know you guys are not gonna like this, but a lot of foreign women towards our community, they feel entitled and obligated that you should deal with them regardless of whatever they've done. Even if I used to be married to your teammates, your own teammate, now I'm dating your son. You should not have an issue with that. And the only reason why, even who gives a shit, you're Michael Jordan. I'm Larsa Pippen. And you black guys should be glad I'm checking for you. That is the only way you can explain that. And I want guys to see the play. Michael Jordan is clearly in the right. Clearly. Like, look, I don't want my son. The lady is 16 years older than, like, the points that Michael Jordan has on this side. There are so many for victory. She's 16 years older. She has an agenda. She's using my son for a clout. She doesn't really care about him. There's many reasons to back up his claims. But the entitlement is towards black men. How dare you have an opinion? This is why Kim Kardashian, like the same play. And I'm going to tell you like this. When non-black women see other ladies having their way with successful black men, especially in entertainment, they're also going to be entitled to achieve those same things. So when Kim Kardashian can screw Ray J and still get a Kanye and still move on and do all these other things and still get the bag and come over to the black community and do all this stuff, like, what do I need to give you? There's no reason why I need to respect you or your group. And the men are just usually okay with it. And the reason why it's okay with it, because clearly Marcus Jordan is okay with it. So your son is okay with this low standard, which is me. Why are you like, I'm embarrassed because you're supposed to actually be fine with it. And I really want to take this time. And I mean, you know, it's interesting. I was in Dubai, right? I very rarely saw, and when I did see a black man with somebody that was Arabic, and they were typically Muslim people, I just saw like the joy, you know, to be a black Arab, a African, dressed up in the Muslim garb that is pretty much known to Emiratis, and I would think Qataris. And you see these guys like so proud to have these Arabic wives. And don't get me wrong, they were very beautiful. I don't think they're Emirati women, but you know, Dubai has a lot of different ladies from all over the world. In fact, the lady that was hosting my Airbnb, she was a Colombian lady. So you just have so many people that are just so glad to be there, right? And then I just want to point out the fact that I could tell these guys when they had their Dubai wife, their Arabic wives, they were very excited about the fact that they nailed a woman from that culture. But I don't know if that woman is as equally happy that she nailed you. I'm gonna go out on a limb when I say this. And this is something that you just don't see. I gotta be real. When black men deal with women of other cultures, there is just, in my honest opinion, just so happy to be dealing with them. Like, I'm just glad, you know, like brothers are really excited about that. And then when women understand that, it's like, well, wait a minute, I don't really need to do X, Y, and Z. This is not everybody, but in this particular case, I can give you anything and you should accept it. And I want guys to understand, I believe that's how some of them feel. You guys could say I'm capping, but I'm telling you this. Black men have given plenty of evidence of dealing with non-black women that you don't need to do anything for me but just show up. There is plenty evidence for that. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all of you subscribing to the bell. We're out.